welcome to Knit One,
Part 2, episode 81.
Yeah, there we go. I didn't have the heart right. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Winnie. I just said that.
Okay. So, just a reminder that we have a charity knit along going through the end of this month, October.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to mention that Penny, aka CDS Gifts, wanted me to mention that she's doing a charity, and if you wanted to knit hats, mittens, or scarves, she's collecting for under age 18. They're going into Christmas boxes for kids who don't have that stuff for Flint, Michigan. The name of the charity is the Old News Boys of Flint, ONBFLINT.org. So if you want to get in touch with CDS Gifts on Ravelry in case you want to send something out to her, and we'll be more than happy to take hats and scarves and mittens that are going towards that.
Yeah. And that would certainly qualify you for the
charity.
The charity.
Also, she's doing a prize drawing for donation. So anytime you donate,
you
so
get
again,
a prize.
Contact her.
So you could win a prize for donating to her and a prize for doing the charity knit along if you're really lucky.
There you go.
Double win.
So I think that's pretty much.
There are 1,033 members on the group. As you know, Sheila wasn't here last week because she was busy at school. So we're doing 6 prize drawings at the end of the show for Prize-A-Palooza.
Well, we've done 6 prize drawings.
Yes.
We're going to announce 6 prize
We're going to
drawings.
announce them.
Yeah, we've already done the random.org and stuff like that. So jumping right into it, I'm going first. I have one thing on the needle, and that's most likely what it's going to be like. Has been like anyways. But with school, I honestly did not get a chance to knit Monday through now.
Yeah.
With school and schoolwork. So I'm wearing my scrubs for
She's
school.
wearing her scrubs.
I don't have my bottoms on. But
she has to wear maroon because that is the school color.
Yes. And I can wear white underneath, black underneath, maroon underneath, or gray. So I have white and black. I need 2 more, and I need another shirt at least.
Yeah.
So my hair is just.
Well, mine is wet.
This is how I typically wear it up because you have to be professional. We have to look nice.
Yes.
Professional. Anyways, I am doing the Flutterby sock by Shannon Robolino. This is for the contest winner of the Denver Oyster SD Mags, Margaret. This is what she chose. She liked my last Flutterby that I did. And this is out of the yarn that I'm donating to her or put towards the prize. It was the Blue Moon Fiber Arts March Club Budding Twig, I believe. It's really actually quite pretty.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It still pools a little because of the way I'm doing this on 70 stitches. US 1.5 needles. She gave me her foot measurement. She even actually sent a picture of her foot, which I love because she said I'm sending a picture because she's got, I don't want to say odd toes, but they're not. They definitely have that gradation type.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try, and I decided to do cuff down, so I'm going to try and make it more of a lefty-righty foot for her.
Oh, cool.
We'll try it. So this is my Flutterby. So Margaret, if you're watching, I am going to try and personalize it towards you. This is the Flutterby. I hope you like it. It's really pretty.
I like that stitch.
I do too. I love the pops of like an orangey copper.
Yeah, that yarn is gorgeous.
It
you
is.
are going to love these, Margaret.
You are. You're going to love them. They get so soft. So, if you catch this within the next day or two, let me know how long you want your cuffs. I'm going to make them probably an average length, maybe another 1.5 to 2 inches. And then I'll start the foot. So this is on the Blue Moon Fiber Arts Budding Twig March colorway. This is what it looks like all caked up.
It's nice.
It's pretty. That's all I got on my needles. I'm sorry. But,
I'll make up for your lack.
I really don't have time to add more than one thing.
Hey, it's amazing that you're still able to knit.
Yeah, well, I think the only reason I am is because I have to on this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If it was for me, probably not so much. I'd probably just have a generic sock on, which will probably be the next thing. But actually, this is good to sit in the car when I'm driving.
Oops.
Or no, excuse me, when my husband's driving because he drives like a maniac.
Yeah.
It's the only thing.
Put this off the needles. So, I have a lot of stuff on the needles. Some of it I showed you last week. I'm still working on the Shetland Triangle. This is it divided in half.
Let me see the other one.
By Evelyn A. Clark. This is slightly bigger than the one that I did before.
I wanted to show the color differences.
Oh, the colors are quite different. There's so much more yellow in the first one. It's mostly blue.
But I mean, you can definitely see that it's the
definitely
same
the
color.
same colorway. Mine is now a repeat bigger than this. This is what it would look like if it was blocked out. So it's pretty big. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, I think.
You get enough yarn.
I know. I have a ton. There are 1,100 yards, and I still have this much left. I could make like probably 3 shawls like this out of this yarn.
Mm.
But yeah, so I'm about here. There's a trim that adds like another couple inches onto it. But I think I want to make it a little bigger because I can. So I'm working on that. That's kind of my mindless knitting. So I'm going to put that back in the bag. So that's Shetland Triangle. It's in Great Adirondack Lolita in the antique colorway. And I'm knitting it on US 7 4.5 millimeter needles because it calls for a US 6, but I didn't have a US 6 free, so I just went up a needle size. It's lace. It doesn't really matter. So I think probably I'm going to do like 3 or 4 more repeats, and then I'll do the lace edging because I'm starting to get tired of it. Like I want to move on to something else. Where did you get that mug?
Cam's mom used to work for this.
I'm like, that's not familiar.
No, it's out in Western Mass. It's not even there anymore, I don't think.
And this is in my Valentine's Bag and More from Knitting My Bag, who just had her big Bag and More giveaway for Sleepy Hollow, and that was a lot of fun.
Now, what was that?
That was the one that I did.
No, I understand that, but what was the giveaway? Anyone who purchased one?
No. That she just did her sale, and then
sorry.
in October we're going to draw the name of a winner for her knit along. Anybody who owns a Bag and More kit, if you knit a project with your yarn,
any Bag and
More kit yarn, you can be put in for a drawing to win a Knit One Heart 2 bag. So it's kind of cool. So that's that. The next thing, I showed it last week, but I forgot the sample hat, is the String of Pearls hat. I'm lazy. I still haven't done anything. I need to grade the sizes. I have one person testing. This is the 3 to 6 month size.
And if I may ask, what does grade the sizes mean? For those people who may not know what that means.
You do the math to figure out the right stitch count and increases and decreases for all of the different sizes. This is going to come in sizes from 0 to 3 months all the way up to child, up to 10. Like, I think it's, I don't know, it's the Council for Yarns standard sizes. And I just found out this week that you can do grading by using a spreadsheet. So I downloaded a sample spreadsheet, and I heard about a really great class on Craftsy, the website Craftsy, that I think it's $40, but it's an intensive class on how to grade patterns. And I think I'm going to take it because I can do all the math in my head, but if there's an easier, faster way to do it, I think this would be a good time to learn it.
Yeah.
I'm going to knit the 6 to 12 month one out of Martha Stewart worsted weight. And I need to finish it by Sunday because that's when I'm going to see my hairdresser who commissioned it from me. And the colorway on this is creatively called Lilac.
And pink?
Flamingo. And I like these. She wanted purple and pink. That's why this one is also purple. This isn't Vanna's Choice. I didn't enjoy working with Vanna's Choice very much. It's a good workhorse yarn, but for my friend, I want something a little nicer. This feels more like wool to me. It's an acrylic and wool blend, and it's a nicer feel. So hopefully you'll see a picture of the finished project next week, since I'm going to have to give it to her on Sunday. And then when I knit the cardigan, taking that Craftsy class will help me grade the pattern on that, because I want to do a baby cardigan that's at least up to toddler. So, but that's way down the line because I got a lot on my plate right now. So the next thing on the needles is my little Batty shawl in Blue Moon Fiber Art Socks That Rock Lightweight in the Rookie colorway. And I just finished the row so that you could see the whole thing. It's kind of hard to see. It goes this way. I call it Little Batty because this little chevron shape reminds me of a bat. And it was something that I was looking at when I was designing the Sleepy Hollow shawl to make it more Halloween-y. It's going to be a crescent-shaped shawl. It's about this long on one side so far. Like, that's the wrong side to show them. It's about this long from the halfway point so far. I'm going to do several more repeats. I have quite a bit of yarn left.
You didn't bring your other heavyweight.
I was going to, but I didn't. I still have a lot of yarn left because this is a pretty open lace. So it's taking up less yarn to get bigger. So I think I'm going to probably do at least 2 more repeats of the chart, which would add about this much more onto it. So it'll be a little bit bigger, and then I'll do an edging. And I have an idea for the edging in my head, but who knows if the thing in my head will work out. I want to make up a stitch for the edge that kind of fits in with the theme. But I like it. I love the yarn color. I hope you can see it better in this episode. It's got pops of teal blue.
It's really pretty.
And green and this like pretty purple, but it's on a dark blacky green background. It's so pretty. I think it's going to make a really nice, subtle shawlette. And I love the crescent-shaped shawl for the because it gives you length around the neck, but it also gives you a lot of depth for your yardage. If you're going to make a one skein shawl, I really like this if it's going to have any depth. So yeah, this is really fun. I've charted the whole thing, so all the charting is done. But I don't know if the lace edging will work. I haven't knit it to see if it works. I kind of made it up as they went along. So who knows about that. But I'll be working on that. Let's see, what else? Creature Comforts cardigan. Got a little love this week. And here it is. It's a lot bigger than it was the last time.
Wow.
I only have about 6 inches more to go, and then I can start putting it together.
What yarn is this again?
This is Madeline Tosh Vintage in the Byzantine colorway.
Sounds good.
Smells like
vinegar.
The design is by Madeline Tosh, and this is available for purchase on Ravelry. And I believe Whimsical Rain gave me this pattern. It was either Whimsical Rain or it was Diane from Knittables. I think it was Whimsical Rain though. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a really fun pattern to knit. It's going to block up to be huge because this yarn grows quite a bit. It's very drapey. And I just think that that detail in the middle is really cool.
Sorry, I think I just hit the table.
That's all right. So anyway, that's in my giant sweater bag with all the yarn. It fits with all the sweater yarn and the giant sweater.
Wow.
In my Knitting's My Bag. I love this bag.
Holy
Isn't it
cow.
pretty? That's Lois's big bag. For those of you out there, this is what Lois's medium bag looks like. This is my little geisha bag. That's a big. And the small is this one. So I didn't realize how big her big bag was.
Yeah, I thought my flame bag was big, but
yeah, this is her big. I know. I thought my bag, the medium, I thought that was the big. Nope. This is the big. You can put. I'm here to tell you 7 skeins of yarn in a project in here. 7 skeins of worsted yarn. So I think that is all. Oh, the only other thing on my needles is the Loud and Proud socks with Out of Play at Life Sakimaki, which I didn't bring because I did not work on them. And that's all I have on the needles.
Rate your dates. Yeah, got nothing.
Me either.
I haven't even put the tassels on Zachary's hat yet.
Yeah,
well,
I got nothing.
It's kind of hard to think of hats when you don't really need them.
Not yet. Yeah, and so. There's enough, everything. I mean, I think next week I'll probably have one of my shawls finished because it's really close. But
I'm going
and
to
the hat
aim to have at least one sock finished.
You'll have a half
because we have soccer tomorrow, and I might actually bring it. I'm going to Kimball Farms on Sunday for Zachary's transplant day. And really, it's just the kids running around, so I may bring my sock to work on there. Although we do go on bumper boats. But Anyway, so my goal is to have at least this one sock, and that will be, just so you guys know, again, we're taping on Fridays now.
Yeah, that's the schedule that works out with Sheila's school and with all the stuff that goes on with me. So that works. Let's see, Whirlwind Romance. I know you don't have anything. I have kind of a hilarious Whirlwind Romance. This is some fin that I spun. It is a natural 3-ply. Not a natural ply. It's a Navajo ply. And the story behind this yarn, it has not been thwacked or anything. This is just how it looks. And that's kind of important to know. So the story behind this yarn is that I was at my guild meeting last month, and one of the guild members told me that she was arranging a spinning bee at the Topsfield Fair, and did I want to go and do it. And if I did want to do it, I could get a free ticket to the fair and free parking. And for anyone who goes to Topsfield Fair, that's a huge savings.
Parking alone is $10.
Yeah, and
$15 to get into the fair.
So that's like $25 right there. And I said, well, what is a spinning bee exactly? And she said, I swear to you, she said, we'll be on a platform in the sheep barn with a fence around us, and people will watch us spinning. And there's going to be a competition with a spindle. How long can you make in 10 minutes of spinning? Who can spin the longest thread that doesn't break when we wind it out? And I was like, well, I haven't spun on a spindle in a couple of years, but I'll do it. I'm like, it'll be fun. She's like, yeah, people ask you questions. So I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, I think it's cool to show it or whatever. So I showed up at the Topsfield Fair on Wednesday with my sweater that I'm spinning. I had 3 bobbins, 2 of them full, 1 of them partially full, and the wool, the greeny purple blue wool for my sweater that I'm spinning that I showed a couple weeks ago. And I sat down, and the organizer, Kelly, said, so this is the wool we're going to be spinning. And she holds up this giant bag of fin in the undyed. And I was like, what? And she said, yeah, for the spinning competition. I said, on the spindle. And she said, no, the first competition is an hour-long competition where you spin this fin wool, and then you finish it however you want before the end of the hour, and then it gets judged, and there are like ribbons. So I was like, well, I don't have a bobbin, so I probably won't be in the competition. And she said, well, just do it anyway because we have the prizes. And, there were only like 15 people there, 12 people there. There were not a lot of spinners there. So I was like, fine. And then another one of my friends who was there happened to have another bobbin that worked on my thing. So I was like, all right, so I'll spin the real stuff. I was just going to submit some sweater yarn. So I got the thing. I had no Lazy Kate to ply with. I had no, what are those things? Nitty Naughty. I had no Nitty Naughty to skein my yarn, which is why the skein is tiny, because I skeined it around my arm like this. And I started spinning. I did a long draw worsted. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just spin for 30 minutes, wind it off on a Nasta pin that somebody lent to me, and then I'm going to spin it back up with Navajo ply to 3-ply it, because that's how it'll make the most even looking yarn for me, because 3-plying hides a lot of the defects in your yarn. Navajo not so much as natural 3-ply, but whatever. So I did that. I got done. I put it up there, and wouldn't you know, I won first prize in the 194th Topsfield Fair 2012 spinning bee. And I get money. I get like $20.
Whoa.
So then we did the spindle spinning, and I am pleased to announce that I won 4th prize in that. And that sounds really impressive, but my yarn broke when we were unwinding it. So I won 4th prize out of 4. Look how big these are.
Cool.
So I totally think that's hilarious. Yes, I have prize-winning yarn now. I was in the novice category, so my prize-winning yarn doesn't look so great.
Out of how many people?
3. Yeah, it sounds so impressive. I just think it's hilarious that I had no idea I was doing it. I had the wrong equipment, and I somehow won. but it's still not even that great an honor because it was like
3 people. Novice.
Yeah. So next year, I've been told I have to do the intermediate because I won a ribbon in novice.
Oh, I see.
So anyway, that's my my whirlwind romance this week. That's all I have for that.
Future dates. Walking around those last couple of days, it's been kind of crummy, but my feet have been cold. I really need to start working on some slippers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because my slippers are, I don't know where they are, but they're not worth mentioning.
No, they have
I've been walking around in my socks.
Yeah.
Wool socks. I wore wool socks to school the other day, and it was too hot. It was too hot to wear socks.
Oh, I've been wearing socks all week.
Well, especially with I have to wear certain sneakers.
Oh, yeah. You can't wear...
I have to wear solid sneakers. I can't wear mesh sneakers because the needles will possibly go through if you drop them.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
the likelihood of dropping them, though.
And them landing perfectly that way?
Yeah. But, hey.
Still. You don't want to actually...
My luck.
Needle sticks are bad because you never know if that has already been stuck in somebody who has something that you could potentially get. Yeah. So you have to be very
we've already gone through the infectious control.
Yes.
I will be talking about my class later.
Future dates for me is the Skipperty Sweater by Julia Farwell Clay, which is what I'm currently spinning my yarn for, the blue and green and purple yarn that I've shown. So that's way down the road, though, because the way things have been going the last week, and so I don't think I'm going to get it done for a while. So, crushes and heartbreaks.
Crushes and heartbreaks. I have a heartbreak. So, a couple of crushes and heartbreaks, I guess. So this goes back to when my dryer wasn't working. It's fixed now. My brother came and fixed it.
Thank God.
I have yet to hear from my neighbor.
Don't ever do that again.
Well, he's done a lot of things for us.
I know, but
he probably hasn't called me back because we haven't been bugging him. He probably realizes that we fixed it. So my brother fixed my dryer. But 2 days before it, I had to do wash. So I did wash, and I was bringing me and my boys to the laundromat to do some drying. I put the wet laundry basket, which weighs a ton, on my seat. Well, my seat had a bunch of things on it, and I heard it crack. And I'm like, oh, sugar. We had CDs from the library, and I'm like, oh, please. No, you want to know what I ended up cracking?
Out of all the things.
Of all the things, I ended up cracking my Kindle. Yeah, you can see it there. Right there. But I didn't notice that. So that night, it was Friday night, 2 weeks ago, okay? So we were working about 2 weeks ago. I went to use it. And I'm like, oh, sugar, I can't use it.
Oh, yeah.
So the next morning, I went and I talked to Amazon, and I had to order another one because the warranty is out. And I ended up getting a new Kindle. It's just plain Kindle. It looks like the Kindle Touch, but it's not. It's just a Kindle. Screen size, same thing.
It's a lot easier.
It's a little sturdier, I think.
Yeah, my daughter has
one
of those.
But in doing so, I made sure I bought a really good cover that there's no way
you can crack it.
If I drop it, it's protected. And it's now, if you have a regular Kindle, it's really a good time to go shopping for covers because they introduced the newer Kindles.
Yeah, so they've discounted
a lot of the older I went and got a new cover. Like this is, the cover we had for this didn't fit right, so I never used it. This one, there's nothing I can do with this. So, but my heartbreak was like for a whole week, I didn't have a Kindle. I didn't have this Kindle because on my iPad, I do have a Kindle app and I have a Nook app, but they eat the battery because it's light. It's so bad. But I was like jonesing for my Kindle. That's why normally I'll sometimes read the Kindle books on Amazon. You can do the cloud reader.
Yeah.
But you need to have your Wi-Fi for that to do the cloud reader. So I did the app, and I survived, but it still wasn't the same as having this. Because this slips right into your pocketbook. Yep. It's so nice and convenient. So.
I like the smaller size is even better for slipping it in a pocketbook.
It is. So the only difference between these two is this one doesn't have the keyboard. They no longer make the keyboard. They couldn't even offer me the keyboard.
Right.
They could offer me this at a discounted rate, or they could offer me a Kindle Touch refurbished.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'll just take this. The only thing I have to complain about is I don't keep my Wi-Fi on because
I don't either. It sucks battery.
It sucks battery. Now this is, I'm sure I don't have any. This has a menu screen. My old one had it where the menu right here, you could it says turn off Wi-Fi. You have to go to the airplane mode for it. So to do that, I have to go to settings and then airplane mode. Right now it's turned off so that I don't have my Wi-Fi on.
But Lily's isn't like that even.
No, this is, it's one of the complaints in the Kindle forums right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of stinks because before I could be in the middle of reading a book, be on that page, hit menu and turn off the Wi-Fi or turn it on.
Yeah.
Now for me to access the settings, I have to be at the main page.
You have to go to the main page because that's what happens a lot of times. I'll download a book and it will go right to the book. And then I want to turn the Wi-Fi off, and I just click on the.
Yeah, I can. I have to go back to the.
I have Kindle Touch.
Yeah, I have to go back to the main menu. So this is how, just in case anyone's interested, this is my menu. And I keep my library books open here so that I know which one of my library books.
I like the way that you can do the groups.
I do too.
It's really handy.
So the old Kindle used to be Daddy's Kindle. It said Daddy's Kindle. This one just says Sheila's Kindle. I'm like, yeah, I'm not changing it. Who are we kidding? He started. He goes, this is different.
My Kindle's called
Vincent.
Vincent, because it has that Vincent van Gogh. That's the
other
painting right here.
I noticed too is their screensavers are different from what I'm used to.
Do they have ads now? Or at least
I haven't. I haven't gotten any ads.
Mine has local ads.
Mine doesn't have any ads. I don't know if it's because I don't have the Wi-Fi on all the time.
I don't have the Wi-Fi on mine, but when I do turn the Wi-Fi on, it downloads new ads, and then my screensaver is it'll be like. It has a picture like the old one, like that, but then there'll be an ad on the bottom.
Oh, no, mine doesn't have ads. This is, I think, the first time I've seen this. This is newspaper. But I get pencils, and I get the old, the ink that you would have to dip in the inkwell. And stuff like that. Where before I used to get authors. Yeah. So that's my crush and heartbreak.
Anything else?
I was going to talk about...
I know, I'm just asking.
No, not in crushes and heartbreaks. I don't think so. Stuff that, my husband and I are really two ships passing in the night lately. But
I have a couple. My big crush this week is that I am officially cleared to start running, couch to 5K, and if I didn't have asthma and a streaming cold right now, I would be running today. I am also definitely going to be discharged from physical therapy, from PT at the end of this month, unless when I start running, it causes some problem with my knee. But the calf muscle problem that I've had, we've pretty much cleared it up now.
Oh, good.
It was overstretching. So if you're really, really responsible about your stretches after ACL surgery, you can overstretch your muscles. If you're like me and you have really... I have really flexible, you know how I have that thing where I can put my legs sideways. I have really flexible, like my arms bend backwards when I do this. I have weird flexible.
Almost like double jointed. But...
Almost, yeah. So you can overstretch. Did not know that. I have my final surgical appointment next week, and I will be discharged from the orthopedist. And then at the end of the month, I'll be discharged from PT. So yay! My heartbreak is my speeding ticket. I didn't really think I was going to be able to win it. I knew they would probably knock it down, which they did. They took $130 off the fine. But it's still going to put points on my license. But what really shocked me is how biased the process is. In Massachusetts, you have to pay $25 to appeal a ticket. $25 does not come out of your fee. So say you're like me. I had a $230 speeding ticket. I had to pay another $25 to go in and appeal it. The officer does not have to appear. They read from his report. I told them my side of the story. They read a second report that the officer had put in after I called and complained about him that had lies in it. Like it was, I said to the hearing officer, he lied in that report. That's absolutely a lie. And the officer said, well, he has a radar and you didn't. And I was like, yeah, but radars can make mistakes. It's not like they're perfect. And he didn't show me anything proving that he even had that number on the radar. And the guy said, well, it's 51 to 49% who I believe more. And I said, but your believing him and he's not even here. I said, how are you judging his credibility? This guy was
Just
rude.
because he's a cop.
Because he's a police officer, you're giving him the benefit of the doubt, and he's like, I do a lot of these tickets. And I said, I'm sure you do, and I'm not criticizing your job. I'm just saying that what was the point of me coming in here if you're only judging my credibility and you're not judging the officer's credibility when he lied? And the guy's like, well, I'll cut it down to $100, which I knew they were going to do. They automatically do. So for those of you who live in Massachusetts, it doesn't matter what your speeding ticket is. If you want to pay a lower fine, just go in and appeal it. Pay $25 and you can get $130 knocked off your ticket. They almost always knock the fine down if you fight it. Because tickets, a lot of them, the whole process is just BS. So, I don't know, I'm disappointed. I'm a lawyer. I've been to court. Usually I feel like there's a pretty fair give and take. But in the ticketing process, if you really want to have a fair hearing, you have to pay $25 and go through this thing with the magistrate, which is biased against you. Then you have to pay another $50 to have a trial in front of a judge where they will force the police officer to appear. A lot of times the police officer doesn't bother to appear and you can get rid of the ticket, but if he does, then you will get a full hearing. But when I look at it this way, I had a $230 ticket. I had already paid $25 in. He's offering me $100. That would make my total loss $125 plus whatever points I'm going to get on my license. The potential that I would pay another $50, so now I'm in for $75 and have to pay the $230 fee, because who knows what's going to happen in court. I just couldn't even go there, and they know that. And I said to the officer, can I think about whether I want to appeal or not? Can I just take the $100 fee off or home? Because I have 20 days to pay the judgment. And he was like, no, you have to decide right this minute. If you don't decide it, then I'm not going to knock your ticket down. So I was like, all right. I said, clearly this is about the money. It's about the taxpayers giving you money. So, yeah, I'm shocked that I would be disappointed. But it was clear to me as soon as I walked in the room that I was not going to win the ticket, no matter what I said. So, lesson learned.
That's too bad.
It is too bad, but I'm definitely telling people it's worth the $25 appeal fee to get your fine knocked down, because at least you're going to save that money.
Yeah.
But if you have the lowest fine, don't bother, because they won't be able to knock it down any lower than that, and you'll just have waste $25. So that's my crush. And then, my heartbreak. It's not my crush. My last heartbreak, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, I had an asthma flare while I was at the beach. We now believe that the reason I've had an asthma flare that sent me to the emergency room for the last 3 years is because I go to the beach. And even though I take medication for allergies, I'm not used to the foreign pollen. So it's been triggering a flare. They happen to have really bad pollen counts the week that I was there. So I think it just pushed me ahead faster.
Further, yeah.
But now I have a cold that I started yesterday on top of the asthma flare. I did go to the hospital for a doctor appointment on Monday, and they gave me a nebulizer treatment, and I'm on some medication now. So the asthma is pretty much in control, and a lot of what you're hearing today now is this cold that everyone in my house has. So that's my heartbreak, but it's a little bit of a crush, because now when I go to the beach next September, I know how to treat myself to avoid getting another asthma flare, because I always get it right before festival season every year. So that was a good thing. And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. Baubles and Bling. I was hoping to have Baubles and Bling. My Blue Moon's Fiber Arts should have shipped last week. We got an email saying that there's a delay due to, she's busy, and hopefully it's supposed to ship this week. We were told that it would ship this week. I have yet to get any confirmation on it. I've yet to see any clues, because sometimes she sends out 2 or 3 clues. So we'll see.
And we're wondering this time if Sheila's going to get 1,
2,
or potentially
3.
4, because last time she got 3.
Yeah, but it was every other. So last time I got 3. Time before that, I got 1. Time before that, I got 2.
Oh, okay. So probably this time she'll just get 1, but in the final shipment, she'll get 4. That's how the progression has been going.
We'll see.
I have some Baubles and Bling. The first thing I want to show off, I've shown this before, but I had ordered some Portuguese merino in the Flower Shop Inferno colorway from Diabolical Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
You're making a sweater out of
I am
this?
going to make a sweater. It was so beautiful when I got it that I immediately contacted Rachel and asked her if I could have a pound and a half, sorry. So she special ordered me and specially order dyed this for me. I have a sweater's worth. It came in a giant bag that was sitting at the post office while I was on vacation because they hold my mail. So on Monday, they brought this giant bag, and when I opened it up, it like bloomed open, and there were all my bags of Flower Shop Inferno, which I just freaking love these colors. They're so beautiful. And Rachel is kind of a cool person, so kind of cool. So I like it that I got it from her. So I'm excited about that, but I'm not getting to that until probably after Christmas because this other sweater is going to take me so long. The second thing that I got when I was at Topsfield Fair, I stopped at the Hamden Hills alpaca booth, and this is Kriya's Breath baby alpaca yarn. It's DK weight, and this is the forest colorway. I got 2 skeins of this, 200 yards of skein. I love baby alpaca. And one time I said to Sheila, we should totally get a baby alpaca because they're so soft. I remember that. And Sheila said, yeah, but it wouldn't be a baby alpaca forever. And I was like, oh, yeah. But baby alpaca is very soft. Apparently this is Kriya. So I picked up that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might design something for it because it's really soft. And then the last thing is I mentioned that Knitting's My Bag had her bag sale on the 27th of September while I was at the beach. And I designed for the Sleepy Hollow bag and more. I didn't get one because I already have the yarn and the pattern. And I ordered this bag, which is a spooky Victorian. And she had 2 versions, one that has this pirate girl centered and one that has this spiderweb girl centered. And I just really love it because it's kind of Halloween-y. But if you were walking around with this in May, nobody would look at you and say, that's a total Halloween bag. And it's pretty pink inside. And I have to tell you the best part about it, Lois put in some goodies for me and Sheila. She bought some little eyeball lollipops that for my kids and Sheila's kids. And I already gave those to Sheila and my kids. And a Knit One Heart 2 mirror.
That came in the Bag and More.
That came in the Bag and More kit. But it was all, Lois wraps her stuff and puts ribbon on. It's a really nice presentation. I opened it in my car and it like burst open like a piñata, and all of these candies and mirrors and everything like flew out in my car. It was kind of exciting. And my kids loved the lollipops. That was like, they had like these wrappers with eyeballs on them. They're really cute. So for those of you who got the Bag and More kit, I hope you enjoy knitting the pattern, and I know you'll love the bag. And if you like this bag, you can contact Lois because she might be able to do one for you on special order. But I love it. The little background details in the green part. There's like little skulls and spider. There's a skull right there. It's just the coolest. So this is my new favorite Knitting's My Bag. So, and that's all I have for bubbles and bling.
Gossiping innuendo?
Let's do your thing, and then we'll do Prize-A-Palooza.
Yeah, because I don't have much to...
I don't have any.
I just thought I'd give an update on my classes. So I started class this week. Started on Monday. They changed our schedule, so we're doing phlebotomy on Mondays and Wednesdays, computers on Tuesdays, EKG on Thursdays. Computers, I thought I'd be able to test out of it because basically it's just minimizing, maximizing, going on the internet, entering on Word. We're going to be doing business letters. We're going to do Excel spreadsheets. I found out I couldn't opt out because I'm doing financial aid, and also I don't know anything about PowerPoint.
PowerPoint's really easy.
I know, I could probably figure it out. But anyways, I couldn't opt out of it. Well, Tuesday was kind of boring. But Monday, so we started off our phlebotomy just talking about what phlebotomy is, the history of it. I'm sure they used to do bloodletting with leeches. And the barber shop what you know today is the barbershop is the one that people went to for bloodletting. And if anyone wonders why the barber pole is red and white, that was why. So our lab for that was we got to practice putting tourniquets on. You know, those blue little...
The blue sometimes they're yellow, but you know the plastic rubber band thing that you tie.
And a couple of the other classmates are like, oh, you're a pro at this. I'm like, I've seen it too many times. Zachary's issues are going to help me along this class because I'm more familiar with it. It's not something new to me. I am very familiar with it. So Wednesday's class, we got to stick a fake arm with needles. That was fun.
Oh, I bet.
Stick them. So and eventually we're going to be sticking real people. Wendy said she'd be more than happy to be one of my real persons.
I do not like getting stuck with a needle, and I have passed out in the past, but I am willing to make this sacrifice so that you can learn how to be a good phlebotomist.
I'm trying to
that makes a big difference.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Cam, my husband, because he is not far from there, about 10 minutes, trying to get him to come during a lunch hour for me to practice sticking on him, and he's like, yeah, I don't think so.
Did you tell him I said I would do it?
No, I didn't. But
you should like, be like, Wendy said she would do it.
He goes, you should bring the boys. I'm like, yeah, I don't think they'll let me bring the boys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't want you forcing children to be your volunteers.
But I would never do Zachary or Max, no. But then we were having fun saying, yeah, because I told our professor about how I was going to try and have my husband, and he goes, yeah, remember last night's dinner conversation stuff?
You better be nice to me from now on.
Yeah. Oh, and then we were talking about, not doing people you know. Oh, I remember you from high school picking on me.
How does that feel? Does that hurt?
You broke my heart. So we're just having fun. EKG yesterday, all we did is we're going to be talking about the heart, which, again, I know. And we did pulse rates and respiratory rates, and there was one person who was not paying attention in the class and ended up getting spoken to after the class. But to do a pulse rate, most people know, just again, because you see it, you actually do the pulse rate by your thumb. Like, you have to do it here. So he's like, your best bet is to have the patient relaxed. Of course, my hand would be on my lap, and you do the pulse like this.
Yeah. You
can usually feel it. Well, this tells you how much she wasn't paying attention. Not only is the person, we're doing it on each other, so she's up like this, holding it like this, and she has it right here.
Oh, my God.
And he's like, what are you doing? I'm doing a pulse rate. Are you sure you're doing a pulse rate? Because you're not doing it right. Yeah, I am. He was so mad. But he was mad, but not in a very... It was embarrassing for the rest of the class. I mean, he wasn't mad in a angry... He didn't show anger, but you could tell he was very disappointed.
Well, because it's disrespecting.
It was very
and
disrespectful.
And it's such a simple concept. It's like, this is how you do it. And it's like, you're doing it like this.
And then you have to do respiratory rates. And if you tell somebody, I'm going to watch how you breathe.
Yeah.
They don't breathe normally.
I know, they go.
And then they stop. And so we try and do it so that it's not very... So if I'm taking a respiratory rate, it looks like I'm taking your pulse rate, but I'm not.
Because you're just counting how I'm breathing.
Right. So she's like this. She's just standing there like this, not having a hold on anybody and just, looking like this. And he's like, what are you doing?
Oh, my God.
So I think I'm going to be the one, maybe because I'm older. I'm not the oldest one there. There's somebody who's my age as well. And this person is definitely older, the one who has trouble. But he's, people are like, can I have a volunteer? Who's the first one who wants to come up for this or whatever? And nobody's standing there. Nobody moves. I'm like, well, let's go. So I think this is going to be good for me because I'm not a person who likes to stand up in front of people. Forward. But so yesterday he asked for a volunteer and nobody stood up. I'm like, just sit in a chair. So I sat in a chair, but at one point he was trying to pretend to take my respiratory rate and he's right in front of me and I couldn't help but laugh. He goes, see this, you're making the patient uncomfortable. You want to do it behind them. And I'm like, you are making me uncomfortable. Because he's in my face looking at me.
I didn't even know they did respiratory rate. Like,
they do.
Now every time I go, I'm going to be like.
So when they're like holding your wrist and it seems like forever.
They're doing respiratory
Because technically the pulse rate is only for 30 seconds.
Now that I know that I'm not going to breathe normally.
Mm.
She's having a good time in her class.
I'm having a lot of fun. I've exchanged a couple of numbers. There was this one girl who lives nearby us. She texted me, do we need this? Do we need that? I think she's going to become more friendly with another person who's closer to her age and a little bit more in common, which is fine. But it was fun because, oh, get this too. Oh my gosh. So we're going to be sticking each other with the blood, but we also need to take EKGs on each other.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, that's semi-nudity there. We're going to be in our bras, and we had a guy in the phlebotomy course, but he dropped out of the EKG course because he can't miss that much work.
Right.
And I said, thank God, because I don't know if I feel comfortable having my classmate.
I guess it's different when because having been a cardiac patient for 5 years or whatever,
I've had them.
I not only have I had regular EKGs at every time I ever go to any doctor, they give me one, but I've also had a lot of echocardiograms where they just strip you from the waist down. I mean, you're just they do cover their arm with a sheet to give you some modesty, but they're like right up under your boobs and
I mean, and we're not going to be out in the open class that we're going to be lying down and there's going to be a sheet so that it's only going to be me and another student. But I'm like, because I asked him, I said, how are we going to do these EKGs? He goes, you're going to do them on each other. So then the class is going, we're doing respiratory rates, and I'm like, how do we do these EKGs? He's like, no, you'll have your bra on, and everybody's like, huh? And I'm not only I've had a few EKGs, I don't think I've had an echo, but I've also had 2 kids via C-section. Yeah, you're stripped. I mean, from here down, you're stripped. But I mean, it's different because you now have to look at these people 4 days a week. Who've seen maybe your mole up here or whatever.
The thing is, too, when it's a doctor, I don't know, you kind of don't think of them as a person so much, but when it's somebody that you're
kind of like other exams
up here, it's different.
Like other exams that you got to do, it blocks it out of your mind that you're sitting there with.
Yes.
You block it out of your mind, but when you're having a peer that tomorrow you're sitting next to them taking an exam.
I know. It's like you can't unsee it.
Yeah, so with this new schedule change, unfortunately, I'm going to be missing 1 phlebotomy class and 1 EKG when I go away in Vegas, where before I thought I was going to miss an EKG and a computer class, which would have been a little bit better. But I realized that the EKG, because he told us which classes were important, which was nice, and it doesn't coincide like my phlebotomy.
I think as long as you give them in advance notice, you'll be fine.
Well, and I asked the phlebotomist, I said, would it be okay if I take a quiz early? I'm going away. He goes, yeah, how early? I said, just the day before. He goes, oh, yeah, that would be fine. So I think as long as I keep in touch. Now, of course, I need to get my shots all up to date, and I'm waiting for a call from my doctors to do that. So I may not be going anywhere if I don't get those in soon. So
they'll take care of you.
I hope so.
But yay for
I'm excited.
It's like you're in medical school.
It is. I mean, it's a lot of work. The phlebotomy, I have to do 100 sticks on a fake arm before I graduate. And then, we'll be starting real sticks on people in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, not fake. Like, we'll be starting with us first.
I'm glad that you don't have to do 100 sticks on me.
No. We'll be starting with ourselves first, and you learn to know the veins and...
Yeah, it always looks like I have a really good vein right here, but this is a really bad vein because they've stuck it so much.
You get scar tissue there.
Yeah.
So this is the median. I'm trying to think. There's a certain phrase for that, and I can't remember it, but you have a median vein. Cephalic vein is over here.
Yeah.
And then your basilic vein. The basilic vein is a vein we don't want to use because it's so close to nerves and an artery.
This is where they took it the last time.
That would be your
there's
basilic.
Still kind of a bruise there.
Your basilic. And so people are like, how do you remember that? I said, well, basilic is kind of like basil. Basilic. Cephalic, I just can't help but think of the
head.
Phallic. No, cephalic.
Because I'm thinking hydrocephaly, and I'm like, cephalic, head.
I'm thinking phallic, like phallic symbol.
Good, use those mnemonics.
And then, what did I say? So cephalic, median is the middle.
Yeah, median.
And then the basilic.
Cool.
So it's fun. I'm looking forward to it. I got a lot of homework to do this weekend, though.
Yikes.
My husband said to me last night, he goes, I haven't seen you do any reading at night. I'm like, well, I've been doing it during the day, and you haven't been home at night. Because he goes, he came home, and I didn't have to work, which is another thing. My schedule, I worked Monday night and Wednesday night. Didn't take a nap on Tuesday. Didn't take a nap yesterday.
Oh, God.
I know I can do it. The only way I can do it is jumping right in the shower when I get home.
And
from
just
work.
waking yourself up.
Waking myself up. So I jump right in the shower. Well, yesterday I had like a 20-minute nap and then I jumped in the shower. By the end of the afternoon, yeah, my kids, I'm sleeping while they're doing some homework. I'm taking like an hour nap.
But that's, you'll get through it.
Well, and this is only temporary because hopefully my schedule, I will be working one night, which would be Monday night, which would be a night before I go to computers, which is fine. And then hopefully it'll suck, but I'll be working Fridays and Saturdays. So hopefully I'll have Tuesday through Thursday off. Although technically I could work Thursday, but I'm not going to tell her that.
Yeah.
And then my husband said if it gets too bad, talk to her and I'll just work 2 nights. And we'll figure out. The reason I'm working is because we need it financially. Like right now I have $10 in my account because I've had to buy food. I had to buy some uniform stuff. And
costs money.
And I had to pay for my Corey and my first aid and CPR. Well,
they made you pay for Corey?
I had to pay twice because I have 2 names.
That's BS. Friggin' state.
Yeah.
I'm mad at the state of Massachusetts and their insane fees. Sorry.
Yeah. So I had to pay for CPR and first aid, which was last week, and then my 2 Corey checks. Everything else is getting through financial aid. I mean, I had to pay for my own books, my own scrubs. I have a lab coat we haven't used yet, but...
Probably will.
Oh, we will. We have to wear it when we do real blood. So that's an automatic thing. And, yeah, it's kind of fun. I had to buy new shoes, new sneakers. I needed new sneakers anyways, but...
That's cool.
Yeah, it just means that lately my funds are really diminished. So we haven't eaten out. Actually, no, that's not true. Here's a funny story. Sorry, I'm taking it. Here's a funny story. So we were in Framingham Sunday, meeting up with my sister for the Chinese Mooncake Festival. We're in Target. My brother's living there temporarily. I have both my brothers living there, but my other one is single and not with a family. So my husband's like, call Tommy and see what he's doing for dinner, see if he wants to join us for dinner. I'm like, all right. So I call him. I say, hey, how are you? He goes, good. I said, where are you? Are you in Framingham? He goes, yeah. I go, where? He goes, I'm actually in Target. I said, really? I'm in Target. Where are you in Target? He goes, I'm going to the electronics. He goes, you're in Target in Framingham? I said, yeah, we were both in Target in Framingham.
At the same time?
So I see him. I hang up at the phone. He goes, this is freaky.
Twin thing.
Yeah. He goes, what are you doing in Framingham? He knows my sister-in-law lives there. But, I mean, it wasn't preconceived. It wasn't like we planned it. So we went out for dinner all
Oh, that was
fun. I was like, that's freaky. I'm like, I know, it is kind of freaky. So that was the fun part.
That's a twin thing.
Twin thing. Now, I wouldn't have been able to do that if he was still in Arizona.
No.
Which he got a job. Congratulations, Tommy.
Yeah, good for you, Tommy.
Ooh.
And now I think we'd better do Prize-A-Palooza.
Oh my gosh,
because we're getting really far up on
I'm sorry. Not even paying attention.
I don't want to take away from your exciting news because I'm really excited for you.
So we previously did the random number generator, and the first person who won was number 231, member 231. Dawn, Knittin' Wolf.
Knittin' Wolf.
Where you won the Play It Life Fiber Arts, the Pounce Shawl Maki, which is the rainbow, yeah.
Just like the sock yarn that I'm using, but this is a shawl yarn.
It's 435 yards, 3.5 ounces. Looks really pretty.
Yes.
So congratulations, Dawn. The next winner is number 361, Luna Anna. She's winning this Knitting Goddess yarn in this bag.
This is the Knitting Goddess.
And this bag was given to us by Susan.
Yes.
Susan last year, before Rhinebeck. So we're just passing it along. Thank you again. And the Knitting Goddess is from my own stash. I just have too much yarn. The next one is number 576. Number 576, Abart Fisher, Annabelle. And you are winning this Funky Monkey yarn. I think it looks like watermelon. It's apple. I think it looks like watermelon myself.
Me too.
It's fingering weight, 80% merino, 20% nylon, 420 yards, soft, really nice. Did your mom make something out of
My
that?
mom loves Funky Monkey.
She didn't do the apple, though,
I don't think she did the apple. She did the other colorway that we gave away. But this will make you a pair of socks. So congratulations, Annabelle.
Number 4 is 579. Member 579, Singular Mitt. She's winning a bag from
Singular Knitter,
who is Sarah. Winning.
Don't spill the stuff
Oh,
out.
I'm sorry. Winning a Knitting's My Bag. It's a little bucket bag with ladybugs on it. Snaps.
Ladybugs. It can go on a spinning wheel, but you can also use it for a project bag. It comes also with these cute multicolored stitch markers.
And you can
and
snap
this is
them.
Lois's.
And you can actually snap them like this so it closes a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
you can snap it you can snap it all together on the top. And the thing that I like about it is you can also take the strap off and snap it around a bag, and or snap it around your belt, or whatever you want to snap.
There's flexibility in the snapping.
Yes, and it's so cute. I love Ladybug because I have a Ladybug wheel. So that's for Sarah.
Singular knitter Sarah. We also have another bag that was donated to us by by Ploverbird. The winner is number 839, Amber Lee Sapin.
Amber Lee's a pain.
Oh, sorry.
Amber Lee! Congratulations! You won a Ploverbird bag with sheepies on it.
And with a little sheepy notebook in it.
Sheepy notebook, sheepy bag. Congratulations.
Nice bag.
Amber Lee.
I'm sorry, Amber Lee's a pain. That tells you what I can do. The last winner is Small Fry Shannon.
She's number 953.
Number 953. Remember, you are winning a skein of Daisy Knits hand-dyed yarn. Jennifer Watkins is the owner. And it's grassy, bud base, 100% superwash merino, 234 yards.
There's her
really
business
pretty.
card right there. Daisy Knits is the Etsy store. Thank you, Jennifer, for donating, and congratulations, Shannon. And because Sheila is so busy, anybody who won a prize, please contact me and give me your name and your address so I can mail it out. And also, Sit and Spin. I took your information down before I went on vacation. I haven't mailed your thing out yet because the last week has been crazy. But I'm going to try to do a big mailing. I'm going to mail your prize out this weekend, and I'll try to get the other stuff out a lot faster once I hear from everybody.
And I PM'd Blueberry Bay because she was a winner 2 weeks ago and has not contacted me. So
okay.
But once I get the info, I'll pass it along.
Okay, and give me the thing that we're... Oh, I already have it. It's in my bag. All right, cool. All right. So, yay for Prize-A-Palooza. I think
we'll do another round of 3.
I think we'll do another round of 3.
And then maybe call it quits or see what we got.
We'll see what we have left. We got to keep some prizes in reserve for the charity knit along, and
So, I want to go to Rhinebeck.
I didn't even show you guys because it fell off. But I ordered new buttons for our podcast. Here it is. They're so cute. If you meet up with me, me.
Oh, that's
at Stitches East, or with us at Rhinebeck, or with me at the New England Fiber Festival, you too can get a Knit One Heart 2 pin. So.
They're really cute.
I love it. It came out so good. I'm happy with it. So, yeah, we'll hand those out at meetups that we do. So, I hope you all have a great week, and we will see you next Friday.
Thanks for coming and watching us. If you're a new viewer, checking us out. Thanks for coming back and being patient with us the last couple of weeks. It's
growing pains.
Growing pains. It's going to take a bit.
And thank you for all the member support, letting us get to the 1,000-member Prize-A-Palooza, because that's really awesome.
It's fun, yeah.
And,
have a good week.
Yep. Knit with heart.
Knit with heart.
Bye.
Bye.